If we expect people to live in cities, we need to make cities livable. Years from now, if I were talking to my descendants,
I'm going to tell my grandkids.
I would want to tell them
to not give up.
I would say the most important thing we had to do was convince people that climate change was real. You are not powerless. You can take care of your community. And then once you start taking those steps, then you can think beyond.
That this planet, just only 150 years ago, had 6 trillion trees. There's less than 3 trillion trees left. Cut down. In 150 years, 53 to 55% of the world's forests.
We saw fires in urban Hawaii happening. Very same time, we saw Southern California nearly being hit by a hurricane for the very first time.
we saw climate change affecting our everyday life. Temperatures had already warmed by 2 degrees globally. July 2023 was the hottest month ever recorded since humans started measuring the temperature.
We didn't give up. We persisted. No vacations, no breaks until we crossed that finish line.
We're going to need a lot more carbon sequestering.
Forests can help reduce air pollution in a city by absorbing gases and catching particulate matter. If we took bold climate action, it would have net benefits to the economy of $26 trillion by 2030.
There's a variety of different things that trees can do, but those things don't necessarily add up to one political entity's responsibility. You know, trees help make our communities cooler. Who's supposed to pay for that?
You have to have the infrastructure to plant the trees. You also have to have the infrastructure to take care of the trees. It will also take money because you're going to be doing a lot of deconstruction to put in the trees and make sure that there's enough healthy dirt for the tree to survive, as well as water.
Permission on public lands, permission on private lands.
It will take rethinking old patterns of how cities should look. Instead of having super dense concrete and buildings everywhere, you could build more green space into the city.
Many cities can complement their gray infrastructure, made out of concrete and steel, with green infrastructure, made of forests and ecosystems.
This is a concept that's already around the world. It just needs more support and more funding to keep going.
We really do need to see the government or whatever agencies can potentially support these things, the funders that are saying, let's make sure this young tree gets watered, that it's well pruned. That is much more likely to make sure that those trees are thriving, future generations from now.
This work is important. We can plant the planet one tree at a time.